Hey Etsy sellers, my name is Sierra Smith and I'm a 5-year Etsy shop optimization specialist and business analyst who has helped 150 plus Etsy shops scale with some to 7 figures. I help aspiring and current Etsy sellers go from feeling overwhelmed and unsure about growing their business to running a highly optimized, profitable Etsy shop so they can scale their revenue and build a successful, sustainable business. All of my links are down below, including testimonials, my portfolio, and website if you'd like to check me out. Now let's talk about the video's topic, the best digital products to sell on Etsy in 2025. This video is your guide to high value, high expertise products, being items that are harder to replicate so you can stand out in a competitive market and command premium prices. So if you're here, you're ready to create something impactful. So let's dive in. First things first, why focus on high value products? So low barrier products like SVG files or simple printables, or even just your one-page planner. There are so many very low value digital downloads that are out there on the internet right now. These products can be created by nearly anyone, which means that they are often oversaturated, almost always oversaturated. So to stand out and command higher price points, you need to focus on products that take expertise, effort, or creativity, those with high barriers to entry. And typically, some real expertise and effort being both of those together and serving a validated market gap, a space with underserved demand in the market, is going to be the way to actually make consistent money on Etsy with digital downloads. And that's kind of what I'm showing here on the screen are validated market gaps, which I'm about to get into in just a moment. And you want to focus on shops that are high value products because this will allow you to build a shop with real staying power. So high value digital products include guides, workbooks, bundles, and editable tools, and just kind of a variety of higher value digital downloads, but they tend to be kind of summed up like that. So these aren't just trendy, they address real customer needs in underserved markets. Plus, customers are willing to pay a premium for well-designed, professional products. I'm going to kind of touch on all of these different aspects of these products later on in the video. So first things first, I want to dive into those very specific product ideas and keywords for you all. So what I'm showing here on the screen is actual keyword data that was pulled from EverBee. I do have the premium plan in EverBee, and I went in there, dove using a few different seed keywords around guides, workbooks, bundles, a variety of keywords to find some validated market gaps for you all so that you know that I'm not just throwing these ideas out there for you. These are keywords that have actual, like, really high keyword scores, which on EverBee is their way of indicating like relative market saturation. So there's not those kind of keywords, they tend to have less competition for the amount of people who are searching for it, like each month. And that's kind of like the numbers that you're seeing here, search volume numbers, competition numbers, and then that's how they pretty much how they define the keyword score column. So first things first, flashcards. That's kind of like your first big umbrella term for a product idea. Flashcards are versatile and cater to both niche and broad audiences. And here are some high value opportunities based on underserved markets. Medication flashcards. These target healthcare professionals and students. Exact keywords include medication flashcard or NCLEX pharmacology flashcards. You notice that some of the largest digital product shops on Etsy are shops that sell products for the nursing audience, and it makes sense. You know, that's definitely is a high barrier to entry. You definitely need some very high expertise to be creating those kinds of products. So for some of these ideas, it's definitely worth considering outsourcing the creation of these products and maybe having a hand like in the graphic design process, the bundling process, whatever that is, to technically actually fit within Etsy's policies, and are listing that person like as part of your team. Kind of different ways to approach doing that. But I do recognize that these products do require some more extensive expertise, so that can be something to kind of keep in mind, that outsourcing is still an option for actually creating these products. So next would be ADHD flashcards. You can create tools for neurodivergent audiences with keywords like ADHD skills flashcards or emotional regulation flashcards. Those are both market gaps. You can also create state flashcards. You can serve educational buyers with the keywords state flashcards or US states flashcards, probably targeting maybe a more history teaching audience, but also like the students of those classes and parents who are wanting to buy those flashcards for their children. Of course, all this is going to take some work diving into these actual markets on Etsy, running some searches and seeing what your top competitors are looking like so you'll have an understanding of what target customers are going to be the most profitable for you to target. And you have a better idea of how to present these products to the market and maybe what value propositions to communicate about these products on their cover photos, which I'll also be touching on a bit. Next, we have nursing flashcards, back to kind of the beginning, but nurse flashcards or nursing pharmacology flashcards. These will appeal to nursing students and are validated market gaps. We have Islamic flashcards. These cater to niche audiences. We see Dua flashcards and Umrah flashcards are both validated market gaps. We have classroom flashcards. Teachers are always looking for tools on Etsy, so editable classroom flashcards is another great keyword and a validated market gap. And then we move into workbooks. So workbooks are in demand for self-improvement, education, and niche needs. Here are some of the best keywords for creating standout workbooks that again serve validated, underserved audiences on Etsy. And again, EverBee's data is specific to Etsy.com. So these keywords are showing like search volume data and competition data on Etsy, not like Google, not anywhere else. So ADHD workbooks. These will again target neurodivergent audiences, and the exact validated keywords include digital ADHD workbook or ADHD cleaning checklist. Mental health workbooks. You can use keywords like DPT skills workbook or BPD workbook to reach therapy-related niches, which is a very lucrative market on Etsy. We have goal setting workbooks. You can cater to self-improvement seekers with Good Notes Goals workbook or Goal Planner workbook. Good Notes is a note-taking application that is the most popular on Etsy. So if you are thinking about going into the digital planning space, you'll definitely want to figure out how to make some of your planners more compatible with Good Notes. But on that same slant, I'll just throw another gem out there that Notion templates are a rising market. So running any kind of search on Notion, using EverBee yourself, Sales Samurai, eRank, all of those are going to give you some really strong data for Notion. I would definitely advise exploring Notion templates as well. Neurodivergent workbooks. You can serve underserved audiences with neurodivergent workbook goal or organizational ADHD workbook. And then you can also create tools for younger audience, and you can target the keyword teen anxiety workbook. And so those exact keyword stats are right here for you to see as well. Again, market gaps. And then next we have guides and guidebooks. Guides are great for showcasing expertise and solving specific problems. They're perfect for professionals and niche audiences. Some of those keywords include, or more so product examples include home buyer guides. So you can target real estate shoppers with the keywords real estate home buyer guide or first time home buyer guide. Health and wellness guides, you can target keywords like weight loss guide, keto meal guide, and diabetes guide. These ones do pretty much stay in demand. You can create nursing study guides. We are back to the nursing target customer. You can use keywords like nursing fundamentals study guide or NCLEX study guide. Then we have tarot and oracle deck guides. Spirituality is booming on Etsy. Keywords like tarot deck with guidebook and oracle cards guidebook are trending. Educational guides, think niche education like ADHD productivity guide or anatomy study guide. All are validated market gaps. And then we move into bundles. Bundles offer customers value and are perfect for maximizing your shop's profitability. Customers love bundles. So whatever market you are in, figure out how to create a bundle. Any kind of digital product, customers love bundles. The perceived value is extremely high. One kind of hack would be even creating a whole shop bundle. There are a lot of successful digital product shops that do this, especially if you're targeting a relatively niche target customer. This is a huge way to maximize your average order value, and customers just eat up that perceived value. So we have wedding bundles as the first market gap. You can create comprehensive collections using editable Canva wedding template bundle or wedding invitation bundle. Probably doing a little research to the popular wedding aesthetics, of course. There's thrifting bundles. You can serve resellers with thrifting bundle or a reseller's guide bundle. Classroom decor bundles. You can use keywords like classroom decorations bundle to target teachers again, for both of those different bundle opportunities, still doing the research into the aesthetics that customers are actually appreciating to truly make money in those markets. Then we have birth month clip art bundle. You can cater to some more creative customers with birth month clip art bundle or birth month flower clip art bundle. Birth month flowers, they're huge on Etsy. They've been trending for some time now. So you can definitely serve that audience of people who are trying to sell more products that feature those designs with clip art. And you can also put those physically on products. That's still also kind of serving a validated market gap. So that could be like a print on demand direction, 100% gift box direction. Definitely try to incorporate birth flowers if you can. Nursing notes bundles. You can appeal to students with a nurse notes bundle or a nursing flashcards bundle back at that nurse audience and kind of back to that flashcards focus. Now you have some different product ideas in mind, and I will have parts 2 and 3 coming out soon. But you also will need to know how to differentiate your products if you genuinely want to enter the competitive Etsy marketplace successfully, even with these digital products on hand. So to succeed, you must clearly communicate the value of your products from the search page. On Etsy, you are side by side all of your competitors. So you really need to make sure that the perceived value of your listing is higher than the perceived value of your top competitors on Etsy. You want to be the most competitive on the platform. So a pro tip is to use your expertise or credentials to build trust. So if you're a professional or have certifications, you're a graduate student, like you graduated from some kind of prestigious school, like anything that you have in your background that could be used as a marketing point so that customers will trust you as the seller, that is something that you want to communicate from that listings cover photo, in addition to quite a few other things. But I'm showing gentle observations here because she does a good job at kind of communicating her expertise. Granted, there's probably more things that she can maybe communicate, but she does make sure that on all of her listing cover photos, she mentions made by a registered counselor. Now, she's, of course, in the counseling space, so that makes sense for her to communicate that on her listings. And this, of course, gives buyers instant confidence and they want to trust her. And she also shows a photo of herself. And this is something that a lot of people do in different digital product spaces. It just works to, again, build that instant connection with buyers, but also it can communicate credibility, especially if you're wearing like a uniform or professional outfit, and ideally have a smile like she's doing here. You just want to show your expertise, especially if you're creating guides or workbooks. You just want to make sure your credentials are communicated. And if you are outsourcing this, then you also want to know what the credentials are of the person who is creating the product so that you are able to, again, use their expertise, their background as a selling point. Of course, this is going to be something you need to clear up before you just do that. So I would say when you put the job posting up, kind of make it immediately clear that you are also going to be using any experience that they have as kind of like a selling point for that product. And most people are not going to care as long as you're not like saying their name. That's kind of some people, that's something they wouldn't care. They wouldn't want. But you also want to make sure you are highlighting the value of your product. So this is very, I think, kind of obvious that a lot of people kind of miss this. You really, again, want to use your listing photos, especially that listing cover photo, to communicate the value of your product, which include the number of pages / tools, unique features, and whatever high impact tools are included in your product. So this, of course, takes getting intimate and very familiar with your target customer persona so you know exactly what they care about and what you should be communicating on that listings cover photo. I've touched on that some in this channel already, but definitely using customer reviews to guide what customers care the most about, what their greatest competitive advantages are, what their greatest pain points are. A lot of customers care about like products being editable. They care, like, it's important to communicate like instant download. They care about how many, of course, how many pages and tools are in the bundle because they're trying to make comparisons and they're trying to perceive value. So make sure you're communicating all those things on the listing cover photo and not just showcasing the product itself, and making sure that you are doing so aesthetically. That's also why I like gentle observations, because she has clearly put a lot of work into the aesthetic presentation of her products, and this matters so much on Etsy. Even with the most highest value product that you have, unfortunately, if it's just not reader friendly, which does typically include some colors, more reader friendly fonts, a slightly larger font size, whatever that is, customers are not going to want products for the most part that are very, very boring unless you were just in a very, very niche field and customers are just, they're hungry for that information, which sometimes they are. But it never, ever hurts to mitigate the threat of another competitor coming onto the platform with very aesthetic presentation and aesthetic products in themselves by just making sure that from the get-go you have very aesthetic listing images, very aesthetic products in themselves, and that you're putting in that extra work and or time and or money to ensure that your products are aesthetic. In addition, of course, having lots of actual validated expertise within them. So I would say to try to stick to trending Etsy styles like slightly more boho, modern, and or feminine because these resonate with Etsy's core buyer demographics. But of course, looking at bestsellers in your market is ultimately going to be the best way to kind of determine what you should be aiming for with the aesthetic presentation of your products, and then strategizing on ways to exceed them, typically through the actual value propositions themselves. So again, editable, customizable, bundle, you want those things to be front and center in your listing cover photos and typically within your titles as well. So building beyond Etsy, if you're trying to go into a digital product space to truly succeed, you will likely need to build a presence outside Etsy for the utmost profits. This is pretty much true for every single shop, but it's especially worth communicating if you are going after a slightly more niche audience. You've taken a lot of time to create these very high value digital products. And it's definitely worth using social media platforms to drive traffic to your shop. So whether that's TikTok videos, whether that's Pinterest boards, whether that's Instagram posts, you can use all of those to direct traffic to your shop so that you are just ensuring that you're getting the sales volume that you want because you're going after a slightly more niche audience. They still have that need even if they're not shopping on Etsy itself. So take a little work to actually reach them. And these platforms will help establish your brand as a trusted source, driving more traffic and sales over time. And of course, you can, include links and even photos of your social media presences within your listings themselves, which also aids in positioning you as a trusted source because customers like to see that you are like around the web and that you are truly building a business, and that leads to enhanced perceived credibility. So final tips, let's recap the keys to success. Focus on high barrier, high value products like guides, workbooks, flashcards, and bundles. Use underserved keywords like editable Canva templates and nursing pharmacology flashcards. I have an SEO video up on my channel, but you do want to make sure you're threading these exact keyword matches within your listing titles and then targeting them within your tags as well. You want to showcase your expertise and communicate value in your listings. And you want to build a brand presence beyond Etsy to keep traffic flowing to your shop. Now, you can do all of this within EverBee, pulling these keywords. You can also use eRank, you can use Sales Samurai, you can use Alora, you can use Etsy Hunt. There's quite a few tools out there. EverBee is just my personal favorite for market research because it does have, or more so keyword like market gap analyses, because it does have that keyword score column that's very, very informational, but you can of course kind of create your own columns. That's what I typically will do, is just export a lot of data, create a column that divides competition by search volume, and that gives me relative market saturation. It's hard to kind of run through this right quick, but if you kind of just listen to those words, it's pretty simple to do. And then you kind of just order the spreadsheet by relative market saturation ascending so that you are seeing the keywords that have the lowest relative market saturation. And I do touch on this in more detail within a course that I have up on Skillshare. That link is down below. If you go through that link, you'll get 30 days free on Skillshare. And that is just a course on building a profitable Etsy shop. Now, it's just a mini course, but it does introduce some of the key strategies that I use to help shops thrive. So definitely check it out if you were just looking for a little bit more information. Also, feel free to grab my free guide down below, which is all about 10 expert tips to optimize your Etsy shop for maximum visibility and sales. That's really what we all want. So it's packed with actionable tips to help you attract more buyers and boost your sales. Again, the link is in the description and it is entirely free. And if you're looking for personalized support and I would love to, one-on-one help you out, then you can book a consultation or a discovery call with me. Those links are also awesome down below. And if you're just starting out, scaling an established shop, looking to transition from another platform to Etsy, whatever it is, I have worked with people in all phases of their business lifecycle, business journey, whatever you want to call it. And I would love to work with you to craft a roadmap that helps you achieve your goals. So again, feel free to use those links if you are interested. And finally, I'm really excited to announce that my full Etsy transformation course is now open for a limited time pre-sale. So this is your chance to join a pretty small, exclusive cohort for an in-depth learning experience. You'll get one-on-one sessions with me, live Q&A events, and early access to actionable modules as they're released. And there are only 20 spots available at this special pre-sale rate. So if you're ready for hands-on guidance and priority support, you can grab your spot now using the link in the description. And I am going to be walking you through A to Z how to set up a thriving, profitable Etsy shop. Again, my portfolio is down below. All my links are down below if you want to kind of check me out for credibility's sake or seeing the past shops that I have worked on. Definitely feel free to do so. And then my website, optishopsolutions.com, which also includes some video testimonials, case studies, FAQ, contact form. Just feel free to use that as well to get in touch with me. And so that's pretty much the end of this video. Let's make 2025 the year that your Etsy shop thrives. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on more tips to grow your shop. And I will see you in the next